And we are live. Welcome to Neelam Saxena today on January 7th to Guess Where? Neelam Saxena page on behalf of Literary Warriors Group. Neelam Saxena is the warrior behind the Literary Warriors Group. So the warrior part of Literary Warriors Group is Neelam, the woman behind the group. Welcome, such a warm welcome to you, Neelam, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you also, and to our lovely viewers who will be watching the show later or are watching now.
Absolutely. A very warm welcome to everyone who is joining us now, live or later when we go offline. So, Neelam, you are a technocrat, a bilingual author, and this is what I want to say. The question
Yeah.
is, when people do not give space for one to rise, what does a person typically do? When it is a warrior, like Neelam, she creates her own corner, which she grows bigger, and it grows bigger organically, so that the dream can get bigger to invite those deniers and refusers who did not let one in that space. And this space is huge and big now. What do you have to say about that?
You've got it right. Yes, I found initially that when I really wanted to be on stages and on platforms, I wasn't means I didn't feel so welcome.
Okay.
So I slowly decided that I should have my own space. Why bother about others? Create my own space, have a space for myself, and not only for myself, but for all the writers and poets out there who want a stage, who want a forum. So, along with a wonderful team, I won't say I'm
Uh-huh.
the only warrior. We have several warriors, and that's why it
Uh-huh.
is a literally warriors group or family that we call, and we give space to each other. So that's a beautiful concept which kept building up
Absolutely.
along the way, and I'm very happy to be here.
It's such a pleasure to have you. And let me also say to you, as it is said in Hindi, in Urdu actually, uh, मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So, to nurture others is a gift to oneself. So, this is a gift you gave yourself and others. What do you think about that?
I tried to, and I don't know how successful I am, but yes, the feelings that I get, the vibes that I get, the positivity that I get, I feel that I've been successful to some extent.
Mhm.
And the sky is vast, enormous, and with the support of admins like you and participants like so many others, we'll go to wherever it's possible.
Right. And so, Neelam, you have actually written 7 novels, 9 short story collections, 46 poetry collections. You say poetry is that spontaneous flow of words that were embedded in heart as thoughts. And that is what is being penned by you. And you've also written 15 children's books, and you have over 2,000 of your works published in multiple journals, magazines, and actually in 2015, the Limca Book of Records recorded that you had the highest number of publications in a year. So, congratulations to you on that. Tell me how it feels to have these numbers reeled off by the likes of me when we are talking to you.
See, initially they were like, drops of nectar because I was trying to go into a field which you can say was not my expertise officially. But slowly I felt that I belong here, The two are not separate, and the world recognized it. So that made me feel really good.
Absolutely. And I think we all feel so good about it. And the interesting part is, Neelam, you say that stress busting can be via multiple methods. Writing is one of them, which is your constant companion. In addition to, you dabble in painting, you act, you read, you anchor, and of course, you run a group called Literary Warriors Group, our dear group. And let me say, for all this that you do, the kind of awards, rewards, recognitions that have come your way include so many of them that I just like to mention a few with your permission.
Okay.
There is, of course, Limca Book of Records, which holds three records for you. Then, for children's literature, you were awarded by Maharashtra State Hindi Sahitya Academy, Premchand Award by Ministry of Railways, Rabindranath Tagore International Poetry Award, Freedom Award by Radio City for Lyrics, Award by American Embassy given by Gulzar Saab, and Rural Lifetime Achievement Award, which I feel is too early because you have so much life ahead of you. Isn't it too early? But well, that's wonderful. And also, you have been listed in Forbes as one among the 78 most popular authors in the country a few years back. So tell me your thoughts on those.
Well, awards help you, not directly but indirectly. See, it boosts your confidence
Correct.
because you feel, ki, yeah, I'm doing something which is being recognized. But that I started getting initially only because I started writing professionally in 2008. I
Mhm,
began with magazines.
mhm.
But by the year 2010, 11, 12, I had won several awards. So it was too early, but I had won several awards by then.
And
So
these
that
are for
time,
writing,
yeah, that is for writing.
right?
Yes.
And what about the not much talked about award? And allow me a few seconds to play something to you and tell me about it.
Sure. Something you're playing is not showing.
Oh, it is not showing, but are you able to hear it?
No, no.
Oh, I apologize. Then I was just driving to the music on my own, so my apologies for that. So I was trying to play the music that it's a beautiful number for which the lyrics have been written by you. I wish I was technically savvy enough to download and play it here directly. Let me see if I can. But in the meanwhile, I want everyone to know, many of them do, that you have been awarded as the most popular lyricist, and you've received awards for that as well. And your accomplishments are amazing. In this context, I want to ask you, all of us, we are not isolated islands. We are influenced by so many people, things, experiences, events. Tell me, who are the people who have touched you the most, close to you or not so close to you, or maybe with the kindness or the unkindness? What is it that shapes you and formed your writing journey initially?
Looking back, Rupa, I didn't have any heroes, nor did I have a lot of gurus. My books were my biggest gurus, my teachers, because they taught me the way to write. They taught me how to move ahead. And yes, of course, in my school, there used to be a reading club in which our teacher used to decide who will be in which kind of group, like A plus,
Okay.
A, B, C. So I was placed in that A plus group, which had only seven girls, and
Okay.
we used to be given a book, and suppose that book we received this week, then next
Mhm.
week the teacher would
Mhm.
ask us questions about it.
I
So
see.
the questions would be more about the character and its shaping. What is it that we liked in the poem or the story or the novel? And that's where I got first interested. Genetically, my grandfather and father used to write a lot, but somehow at that time I was more inclined for writing in English and not in Hindi Urdu,
I
though
see.
I developed a taste later. That time my
Okay.
father would often say, "Come and sit with me, I'll teach you what is bear, how to write a ghazal." And I would say, "I'm not interested." And sadly, my father died when he was 52 and I was 24, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I didn't really get a proper, you can say, coaching, but my strength lay in my emotions, in my experiences. I'm a very good listener, and I can listen for hours. So that would always set my imagination. I used to speak less, so during my school days, of course, later part, nobody believes that I would speak less because I have become very chirpy and bubbly. But in my
Did
school
you?
days, nobody ever saw me speaking because I was always very focused.
Wow.
My focus was clear. Till I become an engineer, I didn't want to rest.
Really? Okay. Okay.
And to achieve that aim, I used to read. Like,
Okay.
I would love to read the lives of Marie Curie or Albert Einstein or great scientists. And that's where I took love to reading. And in my school, which used to be a very popular school,
Hmm.
we used to get only books as prizes. So I
Right.
would often be the topper. So I would get a lot of books. The first book that I received was A Famous Five. And
I love that. Okay. Uh-huh.
that was in standard six. So I grew to love literature during that period,
It started
and
then.
it started there. Then I also realized in some stage of my life in engineering college
Okay.
that you need to be able to present your thoughts well. So I participated in a lot of dramas and extempore speeches, elocution, debate. I would always be moving around quizzes. So when I was in my final year, I went
Okay.
for a contest organized by Lions Club, which
Okay.
used to be an extempore contest, and in that you were given a topic 5 minutes before you had to go and speak. And I got
Extempore.
a very different topic. Like that time, the election age was to be reduced from 21 to 18. So that was what I got. And
Okay.
so in that, I was the second runner up, and it was free for anybody from 18 years to infinite number of years.
I
So,
say.
yeah, so there I learned the art of presenting.
Hmm.
And subsequently, when I joined my jobs, I initially joined one of my job where I was considered a good presenter, and I would be called for presenting to all foreign delegations. So things kept growing, and this is where I am.
And now you're a confident public speaker for a long time. And you actually not only did your engineering, but you've also added to your degrees and your qualifications. And I know you've also been to London School of Economics, was it? For
Yeah, yeah.
finance? Yes.
That was a
And
summer course. That was a
right, you
summer
did a
course.
summer course there to add to your skill set. I'm aware of that. And a lot of people have joined us, Neelam, as you can see. Paru says, beautiful world of Enid Blyton. Gayatri Joshi says, wow. Kumar Prasanna says, inspiring is always, ma'am. Vanita Narula sends her love. And we have Bhakti Gala who says, wow. So thank you so much to each one who's joining us. And we love your presence here.
Indeed, indeed. Speaking like you can't speak on in an empty hall. So when you're doing an offline talk, so people who are joining us, I'm really grateful to you. And if I'm able to inspire even one soul, the talk would have been worth it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about inspiration. So, using the words of someone you and I know well, quest in life is all about acceptance, and one runs post to pillar for acceptance. When the realization dawns, it is all about self acceptance. That is when peace is found. Please comment. Whose words are these? And in what context was it said?
These are my words only, and I don't know where you found them, but
Uh-huh.
yes, they were reflections of myself. Like when you are a kid, or even when you grow up, you think people should accept you, and you try to become like them, and then you realize ki this is not me. So I have been rebellious, though I used to speak less. I would be rebellious, and I don't know how my mom handled me or my dad handled me. But I used to be very rebellious, very quiet, but one line, and I would say, ki, no, this is not the way, because this
Really?
is not
Okay.
how I feel, and you have to honor my choices.
I see.
So, but
So,
some pressure, used to be always there. Ki, nahi, my mother wants me to be like this, or my father wants me to be like this, and I'm not like this. So, at some stage of life, I realized I don't have to fit in the boots of somebody else. I have to
mhm,
find my own space. And when I found that,
mhm.
people started accepting me as I am.
Wow. Tell me, life humbles as we age, it is said, and we realize how much time has been wasted in nonsense. Do you feel that way about yourself and your journey?
Not really,
Not
because
really.
like somehow after reading so much, I don't know how much I used to read, and
Mhm,
so after reading so much, I always realized that one should have his or her own thoughts, and one should know the way you want to go.
mhm.
So I was always clear where I want to go. I wanted to have my own identity.
Okay.
And even before marriage, I told my husband that I want my own identity. You don't
Okay.
expect me to fall in somebody else's footsteps, follow somebody else's footsteps. And he
Okay.
was very fine with it. In fact, I remember a conversation
Do
where
tell.
we were just walking. That time we were
Uh-huh.
just friends. I was the only girl in my batch. So,
Okay.
so we were just walking, and he asked me, which God do you believe in?
Okay.
S- So this was a very tough question, maybe for somebody, but for me it was very easy. That time I felt I am a Nastik. So I said, I'm a Nastik. So he said, I'm amazed that you can say that I'm a Nastik with so much confidence, which even I don't have. So I
And you
realized
say
subsequently,
this because at one point atheism it wasn't something very popular or acceptable or
yes,
accepted.
yes,
That is why you
yes,
say this.
yes,
Correct.
yes.
Right.
And subsequently, I did realize that don't believe in ritualism, but I do believe in spirituality. But at that point of time, I believed that I'm an Aztec, I'm an atheist. So
Right.
he accepted that, and so that was the way we got to know each other. That was one of the initiating points which impressed me. He's fine
Uh-huh.
with that. Hmm. And he's
and
also of the
and
same
over
breed.
3 decades later, you both are still singing songs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did have our ups and downs,
of
but
course.
overall, we respect each other
Right.
and we respect each other's choices. We don't interfere with each other's area of work,
Right.
and whatever passions we follow. He has a different kind of passion, I have a different kind of passion. So we both are means motivating each other
Complement
for
each.
following that.
You
Yeah, we are
complement each other. In fact, in Sanskrit, there is
compliment, not only compliment, we motivate each other.
isn't that beautiful? In Sanskrit, there is a very beautiful term, Neelam. I'm sure you've come across it. The term is Sahadharmachari. So, a lot of times people say marriage is about partnership, marriage is about this, that, etc., etc. Sahadharmachari, what it means is all human beings, we all have a specific goal to reach a certain place or a state of mind eventually. And the partnership of marriage is for each other to support and reach, accomplish, and arrive at that point in life. So, Sahad Dharmachari is the one who co travels to arrive at that destination which is meant for us individually. So,
True, true.
congratulations on a good partnership, a healthy partnership. I love that. We have some good friends of yours and people I'm getting to know thanks to you. Aparna Pradhan says, you and Praful are made for each other. God bless you both. We
Yes,
have
she has met Praful two, three
personally.
times. Yeah, yeah.
Correct, correct. Nivedita is here from Middle East who says hello. We have Shivnath Sharma who's joined in, who says great to hear and see you again, ma'am. And of course, Aparna is here, who is another amazing writer, dancer, singer, painter, you name it. So the kind of people around you are as interesting as you are. May I say this?
Yes, and so are you. You are also
Oh, thank
equally
you so
interesting.
much. Thank you. I love hearing words like those much as I aspire to be inching closer to the likes of you and Aparnadi. I have to say this. So, Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. What would you say is your regimen? Is there a regimen or a discipline you follow? And if yes, what is it?
See, for me, it is not so easy because I'm in a kind of job which requires my priority.
Mhm.
And so I have to juggle, and I won't call it juggling because I enjoy both. I love my job a lot. I've
Okay.
found my confidence and everything through my work.
Mhm.
I've led more than 10,000, 15,000 manpower,
Okay.
and I've been able to be a good administrator. I don't say and claim that, but yes, people still connect to me after I'm not on that post. So that is itself a good medal for me. So you talk about awards, that is itself a big award that people still connect to me.
So true.
So that is my first priority, and I have to find time for my other things. But I know what I want to do right now. Like you and I witnessed some thing that I suddenly wanted to finish a novella which I had started 10 years ago, and you saw how I moved around and finished it.
So I was going to bring that up since you did let me not let go at this. So you have ideas popping up all the time, obviously. And while you're juggling your multiple responsibilities, be it as a partner or a parent or a working person with a job, and although it's allegedly 9 to 5, you work long hours, you travel a lot, and also because you are the warrior behind the literary warriors group. Without the warrior, it's just a literary group, so you're the one who founded it with some like-minded people. uh, what do you feel about a community is? of equals with shared interest. More importantly, it's about shared vision and purpose. Do you think your group of people around you have supported you, or you have supported them, or there are more people who hang on to your coattails to touch success and feel successful? How do you feel about that?
See, whether I touch somebody's life is for them to decide. I can't tell about that. But the fact that at least 80 to 90% stuck to the organization indicates that most of them did. Some of them did leave, around 10% people did leave, but maybe their priorities were different, or maybe I didn't, I or the group didn't match what they wanted. So that is also fine. And as I was conversing with somebody else one day, if
Okay.
somebody amongst us forms another group which is much
Mhm.
more successful, I'll be very happy to bless the group. So I have no competition with anyone except myself. And I find a lot of love. I feel that, this group has also given me a lot of love. Like when I went to USA, the first call I received is from Miss Rupa Rao. Then and then Anita Nahal takes me around the city of Washington. Then Minakshi invites me to her house, which was more like a museum. Oh my amazing
Yeah.
paintings. So,
Yeah.
like, the world appears smaller because of this literary warriors group, and I'm very glad that I'm a part of it, an important part, of course, but I'm glad that I'm a part of it, and so many of us join us and stick to us. So,
Absolutely. And in fact, while you are talking, we have some wonderful souls joining us and saying these are people who have journeyed with you with the LWG almost from the initial days. Anup Jalan, who's another hero of ours with the way he deals with life. We have Gayatri Joshi, who says this is a very good program. And I wonder why Anup Jalan says happy birthday, Rupa and Neelam. So thank you no matter what.
he's
And
out to pull
Aparna ji,
somebody's
thank
leg,
you.
I'm sure.
It's not anyone's birthday, but thank you so much.
It's Asha's birthday, in fact.
There you go. Oh my God. Asha, happy birthday to you, who's another warrior in our group. And Paru Josula, my sister from Arizona, a prosecutor, says to Neelam, love your attitude, Neelam. So,
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Paru. Very sweet of you to join.
in fact,
Your
she's
sister is amazing. Let me tell you, your
all
sister is
sisters.
amazing.
Sisterhood is amazing. I so agree with you. And I have to also ask you a question. Success is sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. What are the things you do day in, day out that you think contribute to your success as a writer, as a human being?
See, I am not bothered about success at the stage I am in. I
Okay.
simply am. Uh,
Okay.
Means during the early part of my journey, I was. I was
Okay.
looking for stages, I was looking for awards, I was looking for acceptance by all, by the community, and so many things I was looking for.
Right.
But at the stage I am in, it doesn't matter any longer. In the sense ki it is not an essential part.
It's a
If I get it,
byproduct. It's a
yeah,
byproduct.
yeah, I feel
What
very
about
happy.
your success as a human being, where you are take embracing others around you and taking them along with you on your journey, where they feel a part of it and they are also growing and evolving?
See, I always felt that I'm a person who can connect well to a lot of others, known,
Yes.
unknown. So this I realized at some point of time.
I will
I
vouch for it. So will everyone who knows you vouch for it.
so I do make mistakes. I'm also, after all, a human. So
Yeah.
I do make mistakes, but generally I connect well to people. And uh, if I'm able to change even one life, it gives me a lot of happiness. Like nothing to, you know, just speak about, but like I found, once when I was posted in Lucknow,
Mm-hmm.
I gathered all the servants staying in the out houses of people,
Mm-hmm.
and I made them do a skit.
Okay.
And I requested the head of the organization that I want their skit to be played in the hall,
Okay.
auditorium.
Okay.
So my wish was exceeded too, and they performed that skit, and they were
Wow.
amazing. So
Wow.
that's where I felt my power was. And
That's
when I
your
went,
power. Indeed. I do say you are a magnetic personality because I know I kind of connected with you online, and I came across your group and I joined one of the contests, and from there there's no turning back, and here we are today. What about, for instance, when my energy is off, I stay away from people until I get myself together because isolation heals me. What is your trick or tip or go to when you are in that not very vibrant, upbeat, cheerful state?
there are three things to be clear. First is
Okay.
my work. The moment I reach my office, I'm a different person, a confident person, doing things, getting things done. So that is my space number one. Space
Okay.
number two, nature. When I'm too
Okay.
hurt, I move into the lap of nature and it heals
Okay.
me. And the third is writing.
Right.
So,
And also a stress buster, as you have pointed out. Amongst the many things you do, writing has been your constant companion.
yes,
Yeah. So
whether I
we
was publishing or not publishing, I've always been writing since standard sixth,
correct.
grade
Correct.
six.
Although you've been published since 2014, prior to that, since grade
No,
six, you've
no,
been
I,
writing.
I have been published even in my school days,
Oh, even
and
in
not
school
in
days.
children's section. Not in
Okay.
children's section.
Got it.
So I used to fight strong things in letter to the editor. They used to be series. Like I was just going through one of them. So where somebody was saying tradition means wearing a sari, and I
Okay.
had some different views.
Yeah.
I felt tradition is not about the attire; it is about the thought. So we had around 25 conversations on that.
Oh my
Means
God.
I have written 25 times, and
Got it.
others have either written in my favor or against.
Or
But I was the
against.
main hero, and
It
that
became a
was,
debate, a topic
yeah,
for
yeah.
debate.
And
Wow.
that was in class ninth and 10th.
Right. Although you started
So,
writing in grade six, though, correct?
yeah, I started writing in grade 6. I started publishing in grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
And till 12th, I was publishing. But after moving on to engineering, I
Mm-hmm.
thought I want to diversify, and I moved on to debates, elocution, and drama. I've done 3 hours dramas. So 3 hour dramas wouldn't be easy. You had to learn so much.
Okay.
And
So,
I was always the heroine in that. So I had to mug up a lot of things and do practice from 6 to 9 p.m. every day.
right.
So I really enjoyed it. But
Yeah. So we give due importance to anything in our life before we get it or after we lose it. What do you say?
yes, that's very true. That's very true.
Any
But
experience of yours?
you know, I don't really regret losing anything except my mother or my sister, whom I lost when she was 3 and I was 4. and I couldn't overcome it for long.
I'm
And
so sorry.
I'm still missing my mother. And every few days, I write one poem to comfort myself. So I've missed these two persons the most. Other than that, I don't think I've missed everything, because I think whatever failures also I've had, they've taught me something. They've made me a better person. They made me reflect whether I was doing the right thing, or the other what the other person said was correct. So I really have no regrets that way.
So we have the person who stirs up the group every day basis, Anoop, who says, so who won the sari debate? His question to you.
I won.
So there you go, Anoop,
So
stirring us
finally,
again the pot.
the newspaper responded that we are closing this debate, and
Uh-huh.
we feel that this young girl has stated her points very clearly, very deftly, and in depth, and henceforth, no discussion on this.
Love it. Love it. I think you need to be congratulated for that. Now tell me who said this. खुदा से जब कुछ भी मांगना मेरे दिल ने छोड़ दिया, उसने मुझे रोक रोक कर ढेर सारा सुकून दिया. Who said this and why?
I said this in 2019.
Okay, in any context you want to share it, or it was a thought that came through?
No, it was a well thought of thing that had been going on in my mind since years.
Okay.
Like initially, when I would go to a temple, I would
Mhm.
ask for something. I
Okay.
would always say कि मेरे परिवार की खैरियत रखना, या
Acha.
मैंने ये परीक्षा दी है, मेरे साथ अच्छा कर देना, or
Acha.
something like that. But you know, things would not always be in your favor. Sometimes they would be, sometimes they wouldn't be, and
Right.
you certainly couldn't say कि ईश्वर ने मेरी बात नहीं मानी. So then one fine day, I was just wondering during COVID days, uh, why do I ask? If God knows everything, He knows what I want. And He also knows whether that is the best for me or not.
So
So
true.
from that day, I will not ask. So during that period, I had to visit one Mahalakshmi temple,
Yeah.
which is in Kolhapur.
Right.
Means I had to visit, means I was just nearby. So I visited it. And there, while praying to the Almighty, I felt that I should not ask anything. If there's some desire, the God knows. And I will not say you give me this or you give me that. I'll only pray. Pray in the sense I'll only bow down and say you are great.
It's so interesting
So
you say this, Neelam, because I sincerely believe this. Whenever I pray, I acknowledge and thank God for all that I have and everyday basis. That's the only thing I do, because I do believe when doors close and I feel it's so not okay, I realize I'm being redirected by some divine power. That's why that door closed, so a better door opens. So I'm so with you about we are being directed to the right place at the right time, although it didn't sit well with us at that point in time. So I completely agree with you and the thought resonates with me. अब मैं आपको कुछ और सुनाने जा रही हूं, आप मुझे बताएं इसके बारे में. जब बारिश
hmm,
खूब सताए, तुम छतरी सा
hmm,
तन जाना. जब धूप
hmm.
आने से कतराए, तुम खुद सूरज बन जाना. What say you, Neelam?
Yes, those lines are also by me. And every line that I write is either related to me or I've written it for someone. So this was written for someone. whom
Mhm.
I was trying to help out, who was being ridiculed by society. There was this girl, and there was a serious case, and everybody was blaming her. So this was written to encourage her because,
Beautiful.
yeah, she was going through real lows. And you were talking about awards. Yes, Limca Book of Records is something which will be remembered by everybody, but this is one of the biggest rewards that that girl is really very happy now. And I do converse with her once in a while, and seeing her happiness, I feel this is my reward.
Biggest
Helping
reward.
people out, people who don't have anybody else. She had
I
nobody.
love hearing this. In fact, there are some more words which I think say more about you. मुस्कान ही ऐसी एक चाबी है जो हर दिल को खोलती है, बिना किसी अल्फाज के मुस्कान खूब बोलती है। वाह, इतने सुंदर पंक्तियां। इसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
ये शायद मैंने खुद पे ही लिखी थी, क्योंकि मुझे किसी ने कहा था कि जो है आप बोल नहीं रही हैं कुछ, तो मैंने कहा था मेरी मुस्कान सब कुछ बोल रही है। तो
वाह।
जो है, और यस, उस मुस्कान ने मुझे बहुत कुछ खुद को ही समझने का मौका दिया था। और उसके बाद ये लाइन अपने आप दिल से निकली थी। कवि अपने दिल से ही जो बात होती है वो निकालता है, या तो खुद के लिए या किसी और के लिए। तो ये मेरे खुद के लिए ही निकली थी।
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत सुंदर। हमारे पास वक़्त बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट ज़रूर करना चाहूँगी। आप कोई कविता अपनी मुझे प्लीज़ हम सबको, आपके इतने सारे दोस्त, आपके साथी, आपके को-पोएट्स, को-राइटर्स इतनी सुंदर-सुंदर चीज़ें आपके लिए लिख रहे हैं। आप उन सबको एक्नॉलेज भी करके ये भी कह दीजिए हम दोनों का बर्थडे नहीं है, आशा गौर का है, सब हमको विश किए जा रहे हैं। एंड एंड उसके बाद आपकी कविता कोई सुनाएं प्लीज नीलम। वी वुड लव टू हियर एनीथिंग यू वांट टू रिसाइट, बीट इन हिंदी, बीट इन इंग्लिश, वी वुड लव टू हियर यू।
You didn't make me ready for this.
Okay, I have something in front of me for you. If you want, I can send it right across to you.
नहीं, let me read out the last Hindi poem that I had written.
Perfect.
Uh, you were talking about not speaking. So this poem was written when I was going to Mumbai to attend the first death anniversary of my mother.
Okay.
So I had stopped speaking for 2-3 days. तो
Okay.
तब मैंने लिखी थी, बस मौन चाहती हूँ, बस मौन चाहती हूँ। एहसासों की टोकरी में जो वजन है उसे महसूस करना चाहती हूँ, फिर उसे वक्त की छलनी में छानती हुई अलग करना चाहती हूँ उन जज्बात को जो मुझे सुकून नहीं देते। बस मौन चाहती हूँ, समझना चाहती हूँ झील के पानी की भाषा जो बिना शब्दों के कविता रचती है। समझना चाहती हूँ झील के पानी की भाषा जो बिना शब्दों के कविता रचती है। टटोलना चाहती हूँ पर्वतों के मन को जो दृढ़ रहना जानता है। बस मौन चाहती हूँ, खोजना चाहती हूँ आसमान में तारों से उनकी जगमगाहट का कारण, समंदर में लहरों से उनके बहते रहने की ललक। बस मौन चाहती हूँ। शायद शायद इस मौन की जड़ से कोई ज्ञान का कमल खिली जाए, उस कमल की महक में खो जाना चाहती हूँ। शायद शायद मैं मौन में ही अपना विस्तार चाहती हूँ। शायद मैं मौन में ही अपना
अपना
विस्तार
विस्तार
चाहती हूँ।
चाहती हूँ। बहुत खूबसूरत। और हम सब आपकी पंक्तियों में गुम गए हैं, लीन हो गए हैं एकदम। मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी नीलम कि आपने, ये नया साल आया है, बहुत लोग, हर कोई नहीं, बहुत लोग ये मानते हैं कि कुछ रेजोल्यूशन बनाएं या इंटेंशन सेटिंग करें। तो आप खुद के लिए या दूसरों के लिए, एलडब्ल्यूजी के लिए क्या चाहती हैं? क्या इंटेंशन सेट किए या क्या आप देखना चाहती हैं?
जो मैं खुद के लिए चाहती हूँ वही एलडब्ल्यूजी के लिए चाहती हूँ, कि मैं अपने आप से बेहतर बनूं और एलडब्ल्यूजी भी अपने आप से बेहतर बने।
बहुत खूब,
हमारी
बहुत
किसी
खूब।
और से कोई कंपटीशन नहीं है। और कुछ हमसे बहुत आगे हैं, कुछ हमसे कुछ पीछे हैं। पर जिंदगी में आगे पीछे रहना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं होता है। इम्पोर्टेंट होता है करते रहना, और निरंतर करते रहना। यानी इंग्लिश में कहते हैं कंटिन्यूअल एंड कंटिन्यूअस एफर्ट्स। तो वो मैं
ब्यूटिफुली
करते
सेड।
रहना चाहती हूँ, मरते दम तक करते रहना चाहती हूँ। और ईश्वर से यही प्रार्थना है कि ये मेरी जो ख्वाहिश है कि खुद को अपने आप से बेहतर बनाते रहने का, वो बस पूरी होती रहे।
Tathastu. Thank you so much for such beautiful sharing. I think we got to hear from Neelam a lot of things which are not on social media. I spent a lot of hours pulling up information on who is Neelam Saxena, who is Neelam Saxena Chandra, about the writer, about the person, about the books, about everything. But I think she is multidimensional, as Aparnadi says, and a human being who believes and who walks the talk, who says that success is a byproduct. Continued, continual, continuous work and walking your path is the journey. And I want to thank you so much, Neelam, Saxena, Chandra, and thank each one who joined us today, your friends, our poets from the group and not from the group, and those who will join us later. Neelam, do you want to say something to all our friends who are here for you today?
Yes, I'm very, very happy that so many people have joined us today, and they are showering so much of love on both of us. So I wish to thank each of you for joining. Yes, life is big, and there are layers and layers and layers to it. So, though I may be the same person talking every time, I talk something different, and it all depends upon the host also. The host Rupa Rao from USA was a very wonderful host, and she's brought out many dimensions to this talk today. And lots of love to you, Rupa. Lots of love to all the people I can see here: Bhakti, Satinder, Gayatri, Aparna, and Sangeeta Sinha, and so many others who joined us right from the
Gayatri
beginning.
Joshi, Santosh Bakaya, Anup Jalan, Satinder, Sadbir, Paru, Bhakti, Kumar Prasanna, whoever is here, Karthik Sharma. Thank you so much for joining Neelam and my chat. And Neelam, thank you so much. It's my privilege, my pride, my honor that I know you and I'm in your circle. Thank you so much. And we will talk again very soon. And the topic we did not touch, which you just mentioned in a line, is there is a novella happening and coming up soon. So we will talk again very soon. Wishing you the very best in everything you undertake and every life you touch. Thank you and bye bye.
Thank you, dear Rupa, and thank you to the viewers once again.
Thank
Namaskar.
you.
See you soon.
Good night.
Good night.